Hey, welcome back to Survivor Dreamcasting. Today we're going to be talking about an idea I had called Survivor Worlds Collide. And so it's basically a bunch of themes from past Survivor seasons put together. So there's a Winners at War theme. There's the one world where all of the tribes live on the same beach. There's going to be old school versus new school tribe separation. And there's going to be Exile Island. So when a tribe wins a reward challenge, they send somebody from the opposing tribe to Exile Island. Then when somebody gets voted out, they're going to go to Redemption Island. And when somebody loses the duel at Redemption Island, they go to the Edge of Extinction. And I know a lot of people don't like the Redemption Island and Edge of Extinction idea, but I think it would be really entertaining to watch if you put them together. So some honorable mentions. I was thinking of Vecepia, winner of Survivor Marquesas for the old school tribe, but I decided not to put her on because she kind of played like a super fan, which in my eyes is kind of the way that a new school player plays. And so she did not go on my list. I was thinking of Tom Westman, winner of Survivor Palau. He didn't get put on my list because he is really just too old, in my opinion. He might be on another one of my lists if I really, really want him, but for this one, he was just at the bottom of my list because he was too old. Same thing with JT and Ethan. They were just at the bottom of my list, not because they were too old, but they were just at the bottom. So, honorable mentions for the new school tribe. I was thinking of Denise. Really, she was just at the bottom of my list. And I was thinking of Mike Holloway. And I love Mike Holloway. It was really hard for me not to put him on this list, but I figured that he fits the archetype of a lot of non-winners, like a Terry Deeds or an Ozzy or a Malcolm, and so I did not put him on this list. So I was also thinking of Tyson Apostle, winner of Survivor Blood vs. Water, but I could not decide what tribe to put him on. He's played 4 times, and 2 in old school seasons, and twice in new school seasons. And the one that he won was a new school season. So I didn't know if he fit with the new school tribe or the old school tribe, so I didn't put him on my list. So let's start with my old school tribe. My first one is Richard Hatch from Borneo. He invented Common Strategy. This is the first season, the first winner, so he had to be on this list. So same thing with Tina Westman from Australia. I put her on this list because she was the second winner, still a very old season, so I think she deserved to be on my list. I have Sandra from Pearl Islands, and really I'm not a huge fan of Sandra's gameplay, but she's won twice, so she had to be on this list. I have Amber Moriano from Survivor All-Stars, and a lot of people say she didn't play great in Survivor All-Stars. Maybe, I guess. I think she played okay in All-Stars, and I think she played good in Survivor Australia, and so she's on my list. From Survivor Guatemala, I have the winner Danny, and Danny did all of her strategizing, well, not all, but she did a lot of her strategizing off camera because she realized that the producers were asking people questions and confessionals that started to expose some of their strategy. So I decided to put her on this list because she's really playing less for the entertainment of the viewers, but for the win. And I think that old school players played for the win, and new school players really play to play again, I guess you could say. From Survivor Cook Islands, I have Yule. Played a very dominant game, very smart in the strategy and social part of the game, so he has to be on this list. From Survivor Fiji, I have Earl. And this is another one that totally represents old school play, in my opinion. He came into the game not knowing much about Survivor, and I feel like that is most of the old school gameplay, that you come in not knowing much about Survivor, but you still do great. From China, I have Todd, and Todd's just a really dominant winner. I wish he was on Winners at War, but he's on my list. From Survivor Micronesia, I have Parvati. Parvati is one of the winners that you have to have on a winner season. And like I said, I have Sandra. She won Heroes and Villains as well. Next one, I have Rob from Redemption Island. And I think that this is another one, just like Parvati. How do you have a winner season without Rob? And he said that he'd only play again with Amber, which is part of the reason I put Amber on this list. So I have to have him on here. So let's start from my new school tribe now. So my first one is Sophie. And I actually wasn't a big fan of Sophie's gameplay in South Pacific, but I did like her gameplay in Winners at War, and so that's why she's on my list. From Survivor One World, I have Kim Spradlin. She was aligned with Sophie, actually, in Winners at War, but in Survivor One World, she played such a dominant game. In my opinion, she's one of the best winners of all time. From Survivor Caramoan, again, like Kim Spradlin, I think Cochran is one of the best winners of all time. He's very entertaining. He was such an underdog, so him winning was so awesome, in my opinion. And he has to be on this list. Again, such an entertaining character. From Survivor Cagayan, I have Tony, not just because he's won twice, but because he is such a great player of the game. He knows how to make spy shacks and spy nests and spy bunkers. I mean, the dude loves spy things. But he's a very wild card, crazy player. He has to be on this list. From San Juan del Sur Blood vs. Water, I have Natalie. And Natalie, like Kim and Cochran, played an extremely dominant game. And in Winners at War, she went to the edge of extinction, came back, and made it to the final three. I think she should definitely be on my list. From Survivor Cambodia, I have Jeremy. And Jeremy is such a popular player. I love his gameplay, seen as a hero. In Cambodia, he was so popular. I had to have him on this list. Adam Klein, winner of Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X, is what I see as a new school type winner. He is a super fan of the game, and that's how he won, really. He was a great strategist. He was willing to humiliate himself for the win. We see that in Winners at War, which obviously he didn't win, but he tried pulling the idol off the podium, which turned out not to be an idol, but he saw that from Survivor South Africa when somebody pulled an idol off the stand, and that shows he is such a super fan. So I thought he should definitely be on this list because super fans are the new school players. Next from Survivor Game Changers is, in my opinion, one of the best winners, and that's Sarah. I didn't think that she actually deserved to be on Game Changers, which you're going to see in an upcoming video of mine, because I feel like in her first season, Cagayan, she didn't really do anything, but definitely in Game Changers, she played an awesome game. Same in Winners at War, she played awesome, and so she had to be on my list. From Survivor Edge of Extinction, I have Chris Underwood, and I know a lot of people don't like Chris Underwood because he got voted out, but he still won, but I had him on this list because in the new school seasons, there are all these opportunities where you could get voted out, but still come back for the win, and Chris Underwood represents that. From Survivor 40, I have Tony, like I said before, a two-time winner. From Survivor 41, I have Erica. A lot of people say she didn't deserve to win, but I still have her on because Jeff Probst always said, drop the 4, keep the 1. This is a new era of Survivor. And when we think of old school versus new school, when we hear new era, that's obviously new school. And so Erica had to be on this list, in my opinion, for being the first winner of the, quote, new era. So for my old school tribe, I have Boston Rob, Sandra, Parvati, Todd, Yule, Rich, Tina, Danny, Amber, and Earl. For my new school tribe, I have Sophie, Kim, Jeremy, Erica, Cochran, Adam, Sarah, Tony, Chris, and Natalie. Thanks for watching.